Scott Weiland was born Richard Scott Klein on November 27, 1967 in San Jose, California. His last name soon changed to Weiland after his mother's second husband adopted him at age 5. The family moved to Ohio, where, as Weiland would reveal years later, bad luck began to plague him. The son of an alcoholic mother, it was around this time that Weiland first began drinking. When he was 15, Weiland's family moved back to California, where Weiland excelled as a high school athlete in football, soccer, and any other sport you can imagine. He also sang in a choir and formed his first band. At 17, Weiland and his friend, bass player Robert DeLeo, formed Mighty Joe Young. By 1989, DeLeo's brother Dean had joined the band on guitar, and Eric Kretz was recruited to play drums. The band rechristened themselves Stone Temple Pilots and quickly began to build up a following in the San Diego area. The band was signed to Atlantic Records in 1992 during the height of the grunge movement. Their first album, Core, was released in September of that year. Initially considered a Pearl Jam knockoff band, Stone Temple Pilots laughed themselves all the way to the bank following Core's phenomenal success. The album produced 3 major hits, including Creep, which reached the #1 spot on the rock charts, and Wicked Garden. Propelled by slick music videos, Weiland too became an instantly recognizable rock star and began tracing the inevitable path of so many of his peers. In August of 1993, 2 months after the band's first album went platinum, Scott Weiland tried heroin for the first time. After winning a Grammy in March 1994, Weiland entered rehab for the first time. Despite the personal setback, he and the band released their second album, Purple, the following June. It debuted in the #1 spot on the rock charts. The album featured the slightly countrified ballad Interstate Love Song and the mega hit Vaseline. Musically, the album was a significant departure from the grungier roots so prevalent in Core, distinguishing Weiland and the band from their peers in an already dying movement. In 1995, Weiland began making a name for himself in a much darker way.
These are the 90s, however, and so when Stone Temple Pilot singer Scott Weiland was arrested for possession of cocaine and heroin in Pasadena, California early Monday morning, it took less than 24 hours.
He was arrested for buying crack cocaine, and rumors spread that after being bailed from jail, he left his wife to shoot drugs with rocker Courtney Love at the Chateau Marmont. Despite becoming known for its erratic lead singer and frequent show cancellations, Stone Temple Pilot's third album, Tiny Music, Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop, which was released in March of 1996, proved successful both critically and commercially. However, the album's success may have been cut short by the band's ultimate cancellation of a 2-year tour due to Weiland entering rehab again. In 1999, the band released their fourth album, #4, with the hit Sour Girl. After releasing a fifth album 2 years later, the band broke up. As the band went its separate ways, so too did Weiland and his first wife, as he seemed to find love with model Mary Forsberg, whom he married in 2000. The couple would go on to have 2 children. In June 2004, Weiland hit the top of the charts again, only this time he was fronting the supergroup Velvet Revolver. Weiland won his second Grammy for his vocal performance on the song Slither, in whose video the lithe, charismatic Weiland showcases his complete transformation from grunge to glam rock god. 2007 marked the end of Weiland's collaboration with Velvet Revolver and the dissolution of his marriage. Worst of all, his only brother died of a heart problem caused by years of drug use. 2008 would mark a fresh start as Weiland and Stone Temple Pilots reunited, starting with a tour and the beginnings of a 6th studio album, which was released in 2010. By 2013, however, the band was again over. In between solo and group efforts, marriages and divorces, rehab and relapse, Weiland managed to publish an autobiography in 2011, where he candidly discussed his drug problems and a bipolar diagnosis that had been disclosed 10 years earlier. In March 2015, Weiland took to the road to promote a new album and to tour with his new band, The Wildabouts. Before going on the tour, however, his guitarist and best friend, Jeremy Brown, died of a drug overdose. A few months later, Weiland learned that both his parents were fighting cancer. Although Weiland claimed to have been free from heroin abuse for years, while on tour, Weiland, who had developed hepatitis C, began drinking heavily and acting erratically.
221 Kilbrew Drive, in the parking lot of possible cardiac arrest. In a tour bus in the parking lot to get a possible DOA, one-stop breathing.
On December 3rd, 2015, he was found dead of a drug overdose on his tour bus in Bloomington, Minnesota. Scott Weiland was 48 years old.
Once I became a heroin addict, all I could think of was, oh my God, your life is f***ed up. You've made the biggest life-altering decision that you've ever made, and you're stuck with it now. You're a junkie, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
His funeral was held at Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, California.
You know what, I am very grateful about having a musical career, an artistic career, you know, to be able to do things like, you know, write songs and perform. I just wish that I didn't have to perform as much. I wish I had time to write more books and paint more and do other artistic endeavors.
And a true artist he was. He transcended a fleeting movement in rock to become a true 90s icon, a rock star in whose fans' hearts he will live forever. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video, and also click the bell for notification of new videos.